Hey everyone, and welcome. The Plot Dude here to talk to you about some changes that just recently happened with InAudio and Spotify for authors, and kind of what this means to authors and to narrators and to people uploading digital narration and all those type of things. If you're doing anything related to audiobooks and you're using what was formerly Findaway, which is now Voices by an Audio, and Spotify for authors, things have changed a little bit. Now, initially on Friday when this happened, I wasn't going to make an update video because I went to the InAudio website. I was redirected from the old Findaway Voices site. I went to the new site that was voicesbyinaudio.com, and it looked much the same as it had before, right? Published books, there's a grid view or a list view. You see all of your books by title. You see all of the different covers. Excuse me. Now, this is the ones for the Solitaire series. So these are all audio shorts that I've been publishing all year long. So I'm like, okay, this is awesome. This is great. It all looks pretty much the same, but there is one thing missing. So on the Findaway site, right down next to published here would also be the little Spotify symbol. And that would be how you could find where your audio had been published on Spotify. I thought, no big deal. Nothing, no, not a big deal at all. Okay, not a big change. The other thing that I noticed was I got an email, and I got an email about Harvested, that it is pending quality control review. Now, this is a book that's been on audio and been on Audible and Findaway for years, literally. And so I'm not sure why this is happening. I still don't have any updates on that, by the way. It's just dropped into pending quality control review, but it seems to still be available on all the other platforms. So I'm not sure exactly how that's working and what's going on with that. But hey, who knows, right? But I'm like, okay, aside from those things, not really a big deal. When I clicked on create a new project, it looks pretty much the same as it did before, right? So I'm like, okay, no big deal. This is not going to be a problem at all. Except that the thing that I discovered was not only is the little Spotify symbol gone, but now when you go to Spotify for Authors, which is the new site for Spotify and their interaction with authors, there is a button to upload an audiobook. Now, before, what this did on Spotify for Authors, because they launched that before the transition to InAudio, was it basically just took you over to InAudio to Findaway and said, hey, this is where you upload new projects. Now it doesn't work that way. When you upload to an audio, it does not send your audiobook that you have uploaded to Spotify as well. You actually have to upload separately on Spotify for authors. So now, instead of one location where I could do all of that in one place, now I have to do it two locations. But in fact, I have to do it three because I also offer these books for direct sale, the audio for the Solitaire series and my other books as well, uh, through BookFunnel and for direct sales on my website, right? So now I have, instead of two places that I was doing at the same time, which I had a pretty good system for, now I have to do it three different places. I've added another step. There doesn't seem to be a way to automate or unite this process between these things. So if you hear audio narrators out there grumbling about the new system and the way that it's working for us, then that's probably the reason why. We've basically added another step to get to Spotify, which, if Spotify and an audio are together, there seems to be no reason why they shouldn't be able to combine those things the same as they were with Findaway. But hey, we'll be fine with that. The thing that remains to be seen is whether through InAudio we'll be able to get audiobooks onto Audible faster. essentially the way it's working now is a lot of people are going directly to Audible to load their books there, similar to what we do with KDP, and then using an aggregator for the other part of things. The reason is because, of course, when you go to KDP to upload, Amazon prioritizes that, right? And we're suspecting they do the same thing with Audible because if you try to do full distribution from Findaway, what was happening was once you submitted to Audible, it would take 3 to 4 months for that to get approved, which is way longer than it takes. It still takes a really long time to get approved if you go directly through ACX, but it doesn't take 4 months, right? It was happening faster than that if you go directly that way, right? So we don't know the way that that's going to work within audio right now. But right now, at least at first experimentation, my biggest complaint, and really only complaint so far, but it's kind of a big one, is that I now have to make another step. And it's not just another step, it's uploading all of the metadata, all of the cover, all the descriptions, all of it to now three different places instead of two, which adds a third of the time to the project. Now, generating some of that metadata and stuff like that is automated in the background for some of my material, so that does help me speed up that process a little bit. But still, there's nothing I can do to have it fill in all of these blanks automatically between these platforms, specifically InAudio and Shopify, who are apparently married and working together, right? So it seems like it would be easier to transfer that data from one to the other. That's my only complaint. It's a quick update. This is a quick update. You can expect to see more of these updates of different things that are changing in the industry, in technology, and things like that that have an impact on you and your author business. But mainly, I'm the plot dude, so I'm going to be talking about craft. But I always have to point out things like this that happen because this is what you'd call a plot twist that's kind of the negative variety. All right. With that, I'll update you if I find out anything else in the process that has changed with this new changes to the Spotify Findaway author platform for audiobooks. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you next time.